is something you said that you instantly regretted? Asked my little brother's friend if she'd seen him. She is blind. My first year teaching and a boy made fun of my receding hairline. It was the second week or so and I still wasn't used to how to behave as an educator and said "oh F you. Oops. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one, but I'm going to be honest and not use a throwaway. My kid has an imaginary universe he has built in his head over the years. It's pretty cool and its main character is my kid's alter ego, Jake Ford. My kid suffers from a small bit of anxiety and so Jake is the confident action hero. So the opposite of him. My kid messed up one day, not too bad, but I had a pretty shit day and ended up doing the one thing I try not to do. Yell. I ended up yelling at him to get his shit together if he ever wants to be like Jake. Yes, I regretted it instantly, and apologized immediately, but I could see his heart broke. It still bothers me greatly, though he said he forgave me. I forgot a woman from church was sterile and upon seeing her holding a baby told her you'd be a great mother. The look on her face made me want to kill myself tbh. Friend told me his parents were getting a divorce. I responded with at least you get 2 Christmases. My boss's wife passed a few years ago, went to the funeral and was approaching him to sympathize. Went to shake his hand and just froze, and instead of saying sorry for your loss I panicked and said pretty big crowd, and I've hated myself ever since. At my cousin's wedding one of his sisters was being cheeky and was stealing booze from everyone's table and getting mad drunk. Cambodian weddings always have a bottle of cognac on every table, and we're all laughing at the shenanigans. Then I said to her mum, you taught her well. 'Cause she was chugging down the booze too. I forgot her mum did a few years of prison for theft. I was in a play in junior high. My best friend was the lead in the play, and she had to kiss a guy who had a mad crush on her. I was immature and stupid, and I naively told the guy that my girlfriend said kissing him was like kissing a frog. His face just fell. He was crushed. I'm sorry, Mike H. I'm so sorry. I hope you're a happy, comfortable 50-something with a spouse or lover who thinks you're an awesome kisser. So I was around 12 to 13 when this happened. Aunt and uncle handed me their new baby, was real cute at first. Then the baby started making the infamous I'm gonna poop face, and I quickly handed it back to said aunt and uncle, instinctually saying my then catchphrase whenever something goes wrong. What was that catchphrase, you might ask? Abort. Abort. It has been years and I'm still haunted by it. A friend once offered me a ticket to a concert as his brother couldn't make it. The reason the brother couldn't make it was because the concert fell on the anniversary of a friend's suicide and there was a gathering to celebrate the guy's life. When asked if I wanted the brother's ticket, I responded, sure, his loss is my gain. Why the fuck did I say that? Why? During a camping trip while applying sunscreen I jokingly said you missed a spot to a person with a prosthetic arm. I was visiting a friend a couple of years ago. When I got there, I complained about how the traffic was so bad, it made me want to kill myself. It was only as I said it that I remembered that her partner had just committed suicide. On the plus side, she was in absolute stitches at my embarrassment, and it genuinely seemed to have brightened up her day. But still. A retail customer came in once trying to scam us by putting old items in new boxes, and he also misplaced the items in customer service without telling us, so when I came back from lunch I had to hunt them down. I politely requested he tell us if he would be leaving items in the future, and he blew a gasket. He ranted that he was airport hospitality. And I have no manners. How dare I admonish him? And he started involving other customers and being an asshole. I tried to calm him down and started with, sir. And he cut me off and told me you be quiet and made a zipping motion with his lips, and then gave me a big smirk. And in a rare moment of me losing my customer service composure, I snapped back, albeit sweetly, is there something wrong with your mouth, sir? More gaskets blown. Edit, some people commented about being offended or not by girls being called you guys. I went to geoboarding at a cemetery in high school and a pair of cops happened to pull someone over at the cemetery. One of the cops came over to see what we were doing, and at the time I had a habit of when someone said you guys saying I'm a girl / we are girls. Not out of offense, just thought I was funny I guess. So the cop asked, "What are you guys doing?" And I automatically retorted, "We're girls." Incidentally, the cop did not think I was funny, and one of my friends smacked my rib. I had no regrets, but they did. I heard about it for a long while after. During a camping trip while applying sunscreen, I jokingly said "you missed a spot" to a person with a prosthetic arm. I was chatting with my little sister and laughed about how our father got a vasectomy after me, fifth child, but it turned out mum was already pregnant with her. I thought she knew. She did not. Accidentally triggered an existential crisis in one of my favorite people in the world. Thankfully my mum and dad told her that was bullshit, and I agreed that I must have misremembered. But damn if I'm not 100% certain that was told me by one of them. Giving a pep talk to a man I helped care for. "It's about time you stood on your own 2 feet, he's an amputee." I'm in an overseas teaching program, and met someone who applied for the program and didn't get in. She was present when I reminded a friend about how many idiots were in our orientation. She didn't say anything, but I had a record scratch, freeze frame moment. In all fairness, she revealed not getting accepted to the program immediately after my friend and I recounted all the "do not say this in the interview" advice by saying, "Oh yeah, I was completely honest and said those things." An older woman started at an old job and she confided that she was nervous she wasn't going to do it well. I told her she'd basically have to be an absolute idiot to suck there. She sucked there. I hope she didn't remember my comment. But she did end up being really incompetent. We had a woman who was an absolute mess and an alcoholic. She hit the fire alarm by accident and was confiding in me she thought she was going to get fired. I said, "I know, they won't fire you for that, it was an accident," but in my head I was like, "Oh no, you're gone." She was fired like a week later. I felt a little bad trying to reassure her when I knew she fucked up. Turned out she did a lot of stupid stuff, including high-fiving the CEO during a company meeting while she smelled like booze.